Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Something a bit different today. I'm not fishing at all today. I'm just going to show you how I tie one of my fishing flies that I use a lot. A small black-eyed, bead-eyed black fly on a size 12 hook. I'll leave a little link up there where I used it at Chigborough Fisheries recently. Caught quite a few fish on it. So I thought I'd just show you how I tie it. It doesn't take long, so we'll get on with it and see if you enjoy it. Before I get into tying the fly, I'll just show you what my fly tying box looks like. It's very messy. So this box I made about 30 odd years ago. It's still going okay. So this top layer is mostly feathers. So we'll call this the feather department. There's all sorts of things in here I've collected over here, different capes and things. Some really nice stuff in there. As you can see, it's very messy. I did tidy it up once, but it just gets in a mess again soon. Right, that's that one. The second layer is hairs and furs. We've got deer's hair there. That's goat hair, I think. Really nice one. Rabbit, hare's ear for hare's ear nymphs. Some more deer's hair, squirrel's towel. Bits and pieces. I think that's a fox brush. Must have been a small fox, or it's just the end of it. Yeah, so that's the fur department. And then this area here is where I keep my fly tying vise, hooks, etc. All different threads, tinsels, beads, so that's all the important bits. And then this bottom layer are things like Chanel's, Sil's fur, dubbins. I think that's sheep's wool that I took off a fence somewhere once. Yeah, so even a piece of foam there, you never know, it comes in handy sometimes. So we'll crack on and I'll show you how I tie this little fly that I use quite regularly. I've got a hook pushed well down in the vise for this fly at the minute because I'll be putting some pressure on when I tie the bead eyes in. So I've just put about 10 turns of thread as a bed there. And a half hitch just to keep it nice and tight. And I'm just tying on the beads across the shank of the hook, and then figure of eights, crossing over the eyes and making sure they're straight. And do a few of those, keep it all nice and tight. And a couple of turns around the base of the eyes, just to tighten it all up. And then 2 half hitches just to keep all that section nice and tight. I would usually put on a double super glue at that point, but I've completely run out at the moment. I always like to do tight touching turns along the shank of the hook to give the fly a good body for the rest of the materials to sit on. And then always finish that off with a half hitch just to keep it tight while I'm preparing the materials for the next bit. Here I'm tying in 3 strands of holographic tinsel for the towel, but also keeping it long enough because I need some to run up the body of the fly again in a minute to make the rib. Now I'm going to be tying in a pinch of marabou to form the towel. Just a couple of turns on the back there just to keep it tight. Then pulling the holographic tinsel out of the way. And loose turns up the hook just to tie in for part of the body of the fly. Now I'm going to tie in a silver rib. It's quite a thick one. Just trim that off there. I'll bring in some silver spade, you can see there, quite obvious. I always find putting it on the thread very thinly helps, rather than big bulges of it, just a thin piece, and then wind it up and then put some more on as you need it. Just put a bit more on there, just enough to bring it up to the eye of the fly there. I think it's all those little strands of the fur sticking out when it goes through the water. I think it must attract the fish. Now I'm twisting the holographic tinsel and the ribbon material together there. I like to get about 2 to 3 turns up the hook. Or 2 turns there. Well, I think it's just about 3. Just tie that off behind the eye of the hook. And then pull the remainder over the bead eyes and then tie it off in front of those bead eyes. I'm giving it a good couple of turns there just to make sure it's all nice and secure, making a bit of a bed for the hackle that's coming next. There's a hen's hackle, but a very small one. It's just going to be 2 turns. Just trim that a little bit on top. Just open up the feathers a bit before I start turning it, and then it breaks. Always break off. I don't know if there's a better hackle pliers out there or not for these small feathers. Again, I've had this hackle plier for years and years, and it always breaks the feathers, but I still use it. Just 2 turns there of hackle, and now I'm tying it off and going into make a whip finish. Now, I know you can get whip finishing tools, but I've always used my fingers and I find they work just as well. Do a 6-turn whip finish here. Pull it nice and tight, cut it off, and then I would usually put a double varnish on it or UV varnish. But I haven't got any at the minute, so that will have to do. I'm just going to trim that tail a little bit, cut the holographic tinsel back a bit, and then just nip a little bit off the feather. And that's the fly finished, all ready to use now. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll try doing a better fly time video next time. It's the first time I've tried doing one. So if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. And who knows what the next video will bring. Maybe I'll go fishing and actually catch a fish. Thanks for watching as always.